Welcome back to the Hunter Call of the Wild. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the mule deer guide. The mule deer guide is something that I've gotten requests for, and just simply because it is the easiest grind in the entire game. I do ask of you guys, if you guys do like the video, can you guys hit that like and subscribe button? We're trying to get to 500 followers for the end of this year. On TikTok, we're at 120 some or 21 last time I checked. If you guys can, also go follow the TikTok and the Twitch. Same goal, trying to get to 500 followers. Now, this guide is going to cover herd management and non-herd management to make this, just a little bit more beginner friendly. I want to first give you guys some information about the mule deer here in Esky Ridge. Mule deer are class 5. The weapons I would recommend you use to grind these is a class 7 to 9 rifle like the RZina 300, just to kill them fast, eliminate the tracking process, and a class 7 to 8 rifle. Some pretty good choices are the 308 calibers, and my favorite is the Hansen 30-06. Now, mule deer drink here on Esky Ridge from 1500 to 1800, so they have a 3-hour window for you to shoot them. So I'm right here. I'm going to toss up a hotspot map, and what I want you to do is go run every highlighted area on the hotspot map, and I want you to run them like 3 times max. I just shot that level 3 at the 22. That's gonna do nothing to him. Whatever. Alright, sorry guys, I just interrupted the video completely. As I was saying, run those highlighted areas many times, and you're looking for at least 25 to 30 drink zones here on Esky Ridge. They have the lowest amount of drink zones across any map that Esky Ridge are. God damn it. Now, what I want you to do is run the highlighted areas on the hotspot map. I want you to run them at least 3 times so you know you can get your respawns. You'll have at least up to 30 drink zones here on Esky Ridge. They have a very short home range. They have the lowest amount of drink zone population across every map that has mule deer on it. Now that you've ran your map for a little bit and you're certain you found all of your drink zones, you may be asking, how do I know I've found all my drink zones? What I want you to do is find a herd zone, a zone with males and females in it, and I want you to shoot a male in it. It doesn't matter if you claim it, just make sure you shoot it and it's dead. And I want you to go ahead and wait for its respawn. If it respawns back in that herd, then you got consistent respawns. I would test this out in a few more zones before you fully consider. This will not matter to the solos. The solos will disappear and respawn somewhere anyways. Actually brings me to the next thing, which are solos. Solos are zones with males, only males, or only females. Species right now that have solo females. So again, solos are only males or only females. Other type of herd you'll see with mule deer are the herd zones, which are zones that have males and females in them. This is a example of a herd zone. It has a zone of males and females. It would be an example of a type of solo for the mule deer. It says one singular female, nothing else is around her. This great one right here is an example of a solo zone. There's no other males or females around him. the information out of the way, we're going to start getting into the actual guides itself. I'm going to ask you guys a question right now, and I want you guys to think to yourself for a second. Do you want to put the time in to get your trophies better? You want to spawn more diamonds? Do you want a consistent diamond rate? Do you want a consistent great one rate? Do you want to spawn multiple great ones of the species? If so, then herd management is what you're going to want to do. If not, non-herd management is what you're going to want to do. I'm going to first start off with the non-herd management, as this is the least confusing. I'm not going to get into herd management just yet because, like I just said, it is very confusing. For the non-herd management users, now that you've found all of your zones, you should have done this already from earlier. What I want you to do is find 8 zones that you really like. These have to be herd zones. These are zones with males and females, like this one. See, there's males and females. You want to set up on zones just like this. Again, you do not want to set up on solo zones like this. You want to set up on zones that have males and females in them. These are also called your main zones. Your main zones are the zones you're actively trying to spawn your great one in. Now, the number in these zones do not matter unless you're doing a herd management. I will talk about this later. I cannot stress this enough. Do not worry about it. The amount of animals in the zone do not matter. It can be a double zone for all that matters. It just has to be a zone that has males and females in them. You should be at a point where you're getting consistent respawns and you're set up on 8 main zones. I'm going to talk about how to set up right now. This isn't a very good idea, but your tents have to be placed 250 meters or more away. Again, your tents have to be 250 or more meters away. Your tripod has to be 170 meters or more away. I would go 180 just to be safe. And with your tents, I would go at least 260, 270 in that range just to be safe. So again, your tent is just to go 250 meters or more away, and your tripod 170 meters or more away. Now that that's out of the way, all that's left to do now that you're set up is just start shooting. Now you're going to want to shoot 2 males from each zone. Try to shoot the 2 biggest males from each zone. So this is a really good example. The 2 biggest males from the zone are that guy right there, and this guy right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take them both out. We're actually going to shoot the 22 right next to this level 3. There we go. Alright. Alright, got him. He's down on his feet. And that's pretty much all it is for the non-herd management users. Now make sure you are claiming your males. The game will recognize it as dirty grinding if you just leave them laying. So you just want to make sure you go down there and pick up those males. Something that'll make this a lot easier is if you use something called claim tents. Now, claim tents is just a tent that you put on top of the zone so you can fast travel to it and not have to fall down a cliff. So I'm down here. If I had a tent on me, I would just place a tent down right on the zone so I could shoot from there, shoot down, come down here, and claim my kills. And that's all there is for non-herd management users. Now we're going to switch up into herd management. For my herd management users, you're going to have to do stuff a little bit more different. And this is exactly why I didn't want to start off with it, because it is really confusing at first. And it can be very confusing to beginners. Alright, so with herd management, your herd zone criteria is a little bit different. Now I'm going to say criteria because there's a certain amount of males you're going to want in a zone for it to really be really consistent. Now, all of this that I am reading and telling you guys is coming off of my Discord server. Everything that I tell you guys, everything from the non-herd management guides to the herd management guides are all in my Discord in text. Your main zones, you're going to want to have 5 to 8 animals total in it. Now, how you check that is you check their drink indicator. This is what a drink indicator looks like. And as you see when I pick it up, it says 7. Now, if you don't have any herds or enough herds with 8 or 5 to 8 animals in it, you can just pick your the herds no matter the amount of animals. Now, for the non-herd management users, you guys didn't have to mess with the solos. For my herd management users, you have to do something with your solos. If you've been noticing lately, when I go to my zones and there's a bunch of small level animals in them, that is because those are my exterior zones. With herd management, you have 2 types of zones, and I'm going to break them down to you right now. Your main zones, the zones that you are actively trying to spawn your great one in. So this would be a main zone right here, right? I got diamond. I got a diamond right there. There's another diamond that's hiding behind that hill right now. If I go down there, it'll spook. My exterior zones are quite literally every other zone on my map. I have 27 zones on my map right now. I have 8 of those zones are my main zones. All the 19 are just all exterior zones. The goal with your exterior zones are to get them to fill with small deer in them. And the only way to do that is just to shoot the males in the zone until they come back as small level deer. Now, what a small level deer looks like is a level 2 with minimum weight estimate. Basically, for mule deer, there's 3 types of estimates. There's the 140 to 175, which is mid-weight. There's 105 to 140, which is minimum weight. And then there's 175 to 210. That's their max weight estimate. You'll see that on diamonds and really big 4s. If you see anything higher than that, it's a great one. With mule deer, the good thing about it is you don't herd manage by weight or trophy estimate like you would, like, say, fallow deer. You herd manage by weight estimate. The entire goal with your herd management is to get all of your exteriors to fill with level 1s or level 2s with minimum weight. Once when a zone is filled with all minimum weight and females, it's a shot down zone. Now, shot down means is the deer are done, they're herd managed. The deer in that zone are herd managed. You never have to touch them again. So they are leaving since it is their drinks or the end of their drink zone. But this is an example of a shot down zone. There's all minimum weight level deer in them. So it is a shot down zone. I don't have to, those deer will stay there for the rest of eternity. I never got to come back to it again. Again, all you're really just doing at this point is you're shooting every single deer in your exterior zones until they come back as level 2s or level 1s with the minimum weight. Any other deer that's above minimum weight, so like a level 3, 4, or 5, you're going to shoot them. Now, you are not going to shoot them, the 5s, if they're in your main zones. I didn't say this earlier, but there's a method called stacking. Stacking is leaving very high leveled animals, 5s and 10, in your main zones. And what this does, it force spawns smaller level deer in your exterior zones. The game has a scale system, that it's balanced out. When it's a fresh map, let's say you hit a new game, right, and you just went on your map for the first time. There's a scale that's balanced out. It has some big animals and small animals, and they're all balanced. But once when you start getting a lot of small animals, that scale begins to tip. What the game tries to do is spawn big animals. This is why herd management works so well, because every zone on your map besides 8 zones are small level animals. And since there's so many small levels, it'll be kind of hard to spawn small levels. So what you want to do is spawn, 5s in your main zones and stack them, or a 10. I don't know where he's at, but he's somewhere over here. Basically, you just want to shoot in your main zones until you get 5 stacking up. I get questions. That's the only way you can do it. It'll happen eventually. Oh, there he is. But this, you just got to keep shooting, and eventually it will happen because there's small levels on your map, and it'll just start spawning. It just naturally happens. It's gonna happen at some point. It took me a couple hours of grinding to get my 5s to start popping up. Now there's a great one, and I'm stacking 10 level 5s on my map. The game basically is thinking, hey, this player has a bunch of big deer on his map. We need to spawn small deer. Now this can start spawning, smaller level deer in your main zones for a little bit, but as soon as, everything is, you think everything is herd managed, everything is super low levels, and you shoot your diamonds off, the remainder of the deer that spawn in your main zones are going to be huge. I'm talking huge level 4s and level 5s. The herd management technique I am teaching you guys, you should see a 1 in 6 to a 1 in 10 diamond rate with the mule deer. There's 2 more things I want to talk to you guys about. The first one being is double herds, because I know a lot of you guys set up on double herds, so I'm gonna help you guys out here. What you want to do is try shooting every deer besides 2 bucks. You want to leave only 2 males. Everything else goes to a level 1 or a minimum weight level 2. So here I only have 2 shooters. I only have 2 shooters. Everything else is a level 1 or a level 2. Basically, what those level 2s are doing is it's giving you more lower weights as placeholders. So there's not a lot of big trophy on your map, which can decrease your diamond rate. So the more low weights you have on your map, the higher diamond rate will be. Shooting down these guys in your main zones, only having 2 shooters, is going to help you out a lot. It's going to increase your diamond rate by a lot. Here's a really good one. I only have 2 shooters. Everything else are all level 2s. Now, it will take some time, but it will happen. Like the mule deer, it is super easy to herd manage. And that brings me to the last thing with the herd management. This is called every lake method. There's outposts on the map that are relatively close to some huge bodies of water that the mule deer drink at, that saves you drink. That saves you the drink or the tent placement. Here's the map of the highlighted outposts that you gotta go and unlock, and everything else you can just place tents at where you need to. I don't have the my tent placement out right now, and that's because I've taken down some of my tents because some of my zones are already shot down. But with this every lake method by JBiz Hunts, you will start seeing a lot of solos in your rotations, and that's because you're basically covering their entire home range, which is only 23 lakes. And with the 6 outposts, I think it only breaks it down to 17 lakes, and there's 16 tents you can use at a time. And for example, these 2 lakes right here, you can really use 1 tent for that, and that's basically all. And that's pretty much it for the mule deer herd management. The last thing I'm gonna say is just get your exteriors and solos down to those minimum weight level 2s and 1s, and that's pretty much it, other than how to shoot off your solos. When you're shooting off your solos, you only want to shoot one per rotation. And the reason you only want to shoot one per rotation is because you can get bouncers, or maybe you didn't get your respawns. So, there might have been like a 5 or a great one that jumped to your exterior zones and you didn't know it. So just only shoot 1 5 a rotation, just in case you don't get your map fully herd managed and you have something to stack left. Oh, like I just said, that 5 just came out of nowhere. That's a solo. That guy was not here before. That's the perfect example. Neither was this 4. If I would have left this zone thinking it was herd managed and shot all my diamonds off at once, I would have nothing to stack, making my herd management go by terrible. I've quit a grind because of that, and I don't want that to happen to you guys. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. The Discord server is in the link in the description, as well as my TikTok and Twitch. If you guys did find this helpful, drop it in the comments, and I'll see you guys.